Welcome to The Explainer. So, what happens when a super controversial influencer, one who swore he'd never touch crypto, suddenly dives headfirst into the very world he trashed? Today, we're unpacking the whole messy, contradictory crypto saga of Andrew Tate.
Okay, so this is really the whole story in a nutshell. This one, huge flip-flop. You see it right here. In 2023, Andrew Tate was crystal clear. I'm never going to launch a crypto. But, fast forward to today, and, well, he's not just launching one, he's pushing a whole bunch of them. So what gives? Let's dig in.
So to really get a handle on this wild pivot, we've got to look at a classic move of his, something he's done over and over again. It's his signature tactic, the rebrand. So what is the rebrand? Well, it's pretty much his go-to move. You do a complete 180 on something, just totally reverse your position, and then you just pretend that was your stance all along. It's a pattern he's used before, and it worked. And now, it's happening all over again with crypto.
Okay, let's take a look at a classic example, how he first made his money. He and his brother, they ran these webcam businesses, right? And they were super open about it. I mean, no shame in their game about how it all worked. He says it right here. The girls were just pure fakes. We were taking their money, all of it. Pretty blunt.
And then, boom, the rebrand. All of a sudden, he's this moral crusader, out there publicly trashing the exact same industry that made him rich. He's even questioning the motives of people still in it, as you can see right in this quote. A total 180. And here we go again. He's pulling the exact same playbook, but this time, the target is crypto. He's painting himself as the hero, the guy who's here to fix a culture that, not too long ago, he was calling a cesspool of gamblers and cowards.
All right, so the stage is set. He's done the rebrand, he's the self-proclaimed savior of crypto. But, and this is the big question, right? Does the reality actually match the hype? Let's follow the money. Or in this case, the trail of failed coins, and find out.
So he and his brother have been on a promotion spree. I'm talking a whole whirlwind of these meme coins. Roost, F Madonna, Venom Blockchain, Daddy Token, the list goes on. And when you actually line them all up and look at them, whoa. A really clear and honestly pretty damaging pattern starts to show up.
Okay, let's start with the Roost token. He and his brother were pushing this thing hard, like across multiple videos. And what was it? Well, it was a classic Ponzi-style coin. You know, the exact type of thing he used to go on rants about.
And the result? Well, you can probably guess. You see it right here. Sure, the price pumped like crazy while he was talking about it. But the second he stopped, it completely collapsed. We're talking a nosedive of over 90%. Just wiped out for anyone who bought in late.
And look, this wasn't just a one-time thing. Not at all. Next up, he was heavily promoting this F Madonna token.
And surprise, surprise, the outcome was pretty much identical. The token's value just tanked, leaving a bunch of his followers who'd invested with huge losses. I mean, at this point, the pattern is just, it's undeniable. And this is where the hypocrisy just gets, wow. Get this. The Roost Coin's treasury, it got hacked by some anonymous person. This is literally everything Tate claimed he was there to fix, all wrapped up in one event. Rug pulls and, in his words, anonymous cowards. So you start to wonder, what's the point of all these little meme coins? Well, it seems like they were all just the opening act for his main event, a token that's directly tied into his big get-rich-quick course, the real world. And the way he's hooking people on this token, it's actually pretty clever and powerful. He's promising this big crypto airdrop in the future. But, and here's the catch, you only get it if you stay subscribed to his monthly course. If you cancel, all your PowerPoints are gone. You lose your spot. It's this massive psychological hook to never ever leave. So how does this whole thing actually work? Well, if you look at this little diagram, it's a pretty classic setup. New people join, they pay their monthly fee at the bottom, and that money flows straight up to pay the people at the top, the early insiders, the ones who have the most power and the most tokens. Okay, so what about the legal side of things? Is this, above board? Well, publicly, Tate's telling everyone he's working with the SEC to launch it as a proper security. But then you hear what he says in private, and it's a completely different story. He's basically bragging that because he's in Romania, the SEC can't touch him. He literally says, "Scammers, we're out here doing what we want." Talk about saying the quiet part out loud. At the end of the day, you don't even need me or any other critic to tell you what's wrong with all this. Because the most powerful, the most damning argument against what Andrew Tate is doing with crypto comes from Andrew Tate himself. And this is the absolute kicker. Before his big crypto rebrand, Andrew Tate himself explained perfectly why these influencer-led crypto schemes are so dangerous. He got it. He knew that for someone to win, someone else has to lose. And he swore on his name he would never, ever sell out his fans for money. And yet, that is exactly what appears to be happening now.
So that just leaves us with one final, unavoidable question, doesn't it? Back then, he was 100% right about the risks, about the morality of it all. So why is he doing the exact thing he so passionately warned everyone against? I guess only he really knows the answer to that.